Where the dust whispers secrets to the dawn, stands a shadow of a man with a heart long gone. Whiskey stains the stories of the love he once knew, roaming through ghost towns under skies so cruel and blue. Echoes from the gunslinger, cries lost to the wind, a trail of broken vows and sins he can't rescind. Each shot that rang out left a soul to grieve, in the haunted whispers he can never leave. By the light of a lantern he recalls her face, in a burning church embrace they found their grace. But a brother's betrayal, like a serpent's hiss, left him cold and wandering in a cursed abyss. Echoes from the gunslinger, shadows in the sun, haunted by the ghosts of what he's done. Every empty bottle a memoir of pain, drenched in the sorrow of a desert's rain. Underneath the silver gleam of a merciless moon, he faces down his past in the desolate saloon. The truth hits harder than the bullets he's dodged. Alone with the silence, a man forever lost. Echoes of the gunslinger dirge in the sands, a life spent grasping bloodied hands. Now he rides to the horizon where his demons dwell, in the echoes of his heart, a never-ending knell. So listen close when the train whistle wails, past forgotten graves where justice fails. For every story ends, but his legend stays, a gunslinger's echo, lost in the haze.
In a ghost town where the dust storm weaves, under moonlight whiskey whispers beg you to grieve. Cracked leather boots stepping over cracked clay, streets that echo tales of the runaway. Bottles clank like the chime of a haunted bell, spinning stories in this forsaken, lonesome hell. Dancing with whiskey under cut starlight, feeling every demon that haunts the night. Twirling the shadows of those who've sinned, where lost souls wander and bitter winds grin. Remnants of love like smoke from the church fire, ashes floating over a spire mired in mire. She was a vision too vivid for these barren lands, but she slipped like sand through old weathered hands. Train whistles mourn like a lover's goodbye, echoing cross plains where forgotten graves lie. Dancing with whiskey with memories too thick, each sip a story, every gulp a trick. Spin with the ghosts of what used to be, in the silence of the desert, the only place I'm free. face in the glass, haunting the mirrors, a specter of the past. Confrontation with the soul I used to be. For revenge, turn love into this dusty decree. Dancing with whiskey, now my only bride. Swaying alone where hope and heartache collide. Accepting this fate with a revolver's kiss. In the dead of night, it's the final twist. Dance with the darkness, let the whiskey pour on this cursed land. I'm a ghost forevermore.
In the shadow up the valley where the cold wind moans, dust dances with the whispers of the forsaken bones. The ghost town sleeps under a moonlit sky, while a lone bottle clinks in the silence. Here am I, midnight in the lost love, where hearts come to bleed. Underneath the willows well, where the dark secrets feed. The train whistles a lonesome cry, cuts through the cursed night. Midnight in the lost love, where nothing turns out right. Once a church stood proudly 'neath the hill so steep. Now it's just charred embers and promises we couldn't keep. Her laughter echoes through the chapel's burnt-out shell, a tale of a love turned sour, a heavenly dive to hell. Midnight in the lost love, where shadows trace my fear, where whiskey drowns the memory that burned behind my tear. The silence speaks in volume of the tales that no one writes. Midnight in the lost love, a ghost in a fading light. Dusty mirror of my soul's unending ways. I've wandered through this silence where time itself has bled, on paths where even angels fear to tread. Midnight in the lost love, where I've come to face my fate. Past grips like a noose, but now the hour's getting late. No more will her betrayal the depths of my mind ignite. At midnight in the lost love, I'm the shadow in the night, forever bound to roam 'neath this curse I cannot fight.
Through the timbers, an old ghost town's lullaby, whiskey bottles clink in rhythm under a forsaken sky. Dust devils dance on broken streets where lovers used to tread. Each footprint's a story buried in a town too dead to wed. I'm dancing with Ghost Town, shadows in my spin, twirling with memories of sins draped in sin. The moon hangs like a jury in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town under fading lantern light. Whistle weeps at midnight across the barren moors. Echoes stir the spirits behind the saloon swinging doors. I came here seeking solace in the arms of a spectral bride. Her betrayal burns like a church on fire, with the devil trapped inside. Dancing with Ghost Town, a waltz in the dust, a lover's quarrel settled with each gust. Stars witness in silence in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town, where wrong dons the masquerade. In the heart of the desert, under the scorn-crow's nest, I face the man who wronged me with a bullet in my chest. Forgotten graves bear witness as the sand whispers confess. In the heat of confrontation, truth bears its final test. Still dancing with Ghost Town, vengeance in my veins, each step a story of love, loss and pain. Judgment comes like daylight in the courtroom of the night as I dance with Ghost Town, till my soul takes flight.
In the shadow of a burned out church with the devil at my side, dust kicks up where the hope once lived and the long gone brides have cried. Moonlight casts a guilty glow on whiskey lying spent. Echoes of a train whistle from a time that's long been rent. Whispers in the outlaw heart like wind through cursed land. Tales of love lost to the storm and life slipping through my hands. Each gust a ghostly serenade, each star a witness stark. I roam these silent deserts with whispers in my heart. Beneath the bones of ghost towns where my broken dreams reside, I met her eyes like summer skies, but winter was her guide. She left with secrets wrapped in cloaks under cover of the night. In her wake a trail of smoke and the fading of the light. Whispers in the outlaw heart like wind through cursed land. Tales of love turned to betrayal beneath chapter of the past, each breath a parting mark, a wander lost horizons with whispers in my heart. By the forgotten graves I've come to terms with my own sins. Her voice a haunting melody that dances on the wind. The truth is sharp as desert glass, cuts clean through the lies. In the silence of this wasteland, a part of me just dies. Whispers in the outlaw heart like dust that never settles. Revenge a bitter road ahead, twisting like the devil's. Tonight I'll ride in this curse or let it claim my part. A soul adrift in shadows with whispers in its heart.
Out where the winds cry the mournful tune lies the ghost of a town neath the cursed moon. Whiskey bottles litter a forgotten street, echoes of footsteps, a heart skips a beat. Dust storms whisper secrets in shades of gray, lone train whistle moans far, far away. In that silence hangs a tale so bleak of a love lost in vengeance that the shadows speak. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where dreams go to wither and die. Underneath the starless cloak lies the truth that the darkness spoke. In with sunset in his eyes, haunted by the love that he'd come to despise. In her eyes a tempest, a storm unfurled, a betrayal hidden that shattered their world. A church once holy, now consumed by flame. He cursed her memory, whispered her name. Through the ashes he sought the path to ride, a way to end this eternal night. Oh, buried in the hollow sky, where hopes are hung out to dry. Beneath the moon's ghostly cloak rests a love that the fire awoke. In the quiet of the night, he faced the truth. The land cursed from the folly of their youth. With a gun by his side and a tear unseen, he walks the line between what could and should have been. Now buried in the hollow sky, where old ghosts lay down to die. Underneath the watchful eyes of the night, he finds peace in the fading light. So let the desert swallow the tales untold of the lover's heart that became too cold in the hollow sky. They whispered goodbye out where the dusty crossroads meet. Under the moon's silent decree lies a town where shadows speak and the wind whispers of treachery. Old whiskey bottles lay by forgotten boots, echoes of laughter turned into mute. Whispers in the ghost town tell a tale of a lover's cross turned under, where the cursed cacti grew. In the heart of sands, by a new undone, lies the silent tale of a gun and run. There's a church with a scorched out spire, where once rang out the gospel choir. The preacher man they found him tied, burned his faith, left his Bible alive. In the pews a locket's gleam, a picture fades, a lost love's dream. Whispers in the ghost town cry beneath the moon. Past promises like dust storms vanished all too soon. Ghosts of guilt in the chapels hum, whispering of what we've all become. Stood at the edge of the cursed lands, train whistle cuts through the silent sands. In the dust the story laid so bare, revenge or forgive, do I even dare? Eyes meet the grave under starlit sheen, face the ghost of what should have been. Whispers in the ghost town, now I understand. Every tale of sorrow etched by a heavy hand. In the echo of the train's lonesome cry, I'll either live with truth or with lies die. In this haunted desert, I take my final vow to join or flee the whispers in the ghost town. Out where the wind bites cold through canyon scars, past the ghost town where dreamers die beneath the stars. My boots kick up the tales of men whose luck ran dry. Lost souls echo round the gallows, they ain't yet learned to die. A dusty bottle whispers lies from the edge of a worn saloon. I pour the whiskey, feel the past under a blood-red moon. These boots have walked through forsaken lands, crossed the lines where the curse ascends, whisper secrets in the devil's ear. Every step, every mile, driven by fear under the sky, so vast, so grand. I roam a shadow in no man's land. Heard the whistle of a train like a ghost lonesome cry through the valley where my love's old promise lies. She was pure like dawn, her betrayal left me scorched earth. found her whispers in a storm where our love had no word. Her locket in my pocket, heart's picture torn and curled. In this silent desert I wander, a forgotten world. These boots have tread on broken dreams through burning churches and silent screams. Echoes of gunfire, a faded cheer, each ghostly bullet I shed no tear beneath the heavens, so stark, so bland. I walk alone, a cursed man. At the edge of an old forgotten grave, I meet my foe, bold and brave. Steel glints cold under the eye of the setting sun. 2 bullets loaded, but room for only one. The dust settles on the choices we make, revenge or redemption. What path to take? Now these boots stop at the crossroads stones where the wind through the mesquite moans. I've chosen the trail where the wild spirits dance. In the dust of the desert I found my chance under the stars, so silent, so grand. I lay my sand, a ballad for the souls who roam, and dusty boots far from home. In a ghost town where the dust whispers sin, lay a bottle half empty, echoes of gin. Train tracks rusty, the depot's lights dim. A shadow moves slow where hope's light grows thin. Gone with the whiskey, my heart rides the storm. Lost in the bottle where true lies are born. Old church bells toll for vows that were sworn. Gone with the whiskey where devils are formed. Secrets are kept in graves unmarked where silent tears wept. She promised forever, then away she crept with a gunslinger's heart that ain't never slept. Gone with the whiskey, my dreams turn to dust, trust turned to ashes. In betrayal we trust, love's just a memory fading to rust. Gone with the whiskey, in shadows I'm lost. Saw the truth hidden in her ice cold eyes. Revenge whispered in the old town's cries. A bullet for a heart
darkening skies. Gone with the whiskey, revenge burns deep. Silent desert holds the secrets I keep. In the cold night wind, the willows they weep. Gone with the whiskey, in death's sleep I'll leap.
Town where the dust storms roam under moonlit skies. This cursed land's my home. The train whistles a lonesome groan past the burning church through the valley's bone. Buried in the whiskey, drowning in the pain. Every bottle's a tombstone, every memory's a chain. Lost love's echo in the bottle's cry. Cursed to roam, too gone to die. Whispers trail from an old saloon shadow where her betrayal set my world aglow. Silver flicker in the candlelight, her eyes cold stars on that fateful night. Buried in the whiskey, suffocated by the past. Each sip a reminder of a love that couldn't last. Ghost of her laughter, a haunting spree. Silent desert sands keep her far from me. By the forgotten graves, felt the wind's confession, a specter of her in the swirling dust procession. A shot for every sin, the revolver's decree. In the silence of the desert, the spirits won't let me be. Buried in the whiskey, embraced by the strife. This bottle, my redemption, this outlaw's life. Revenge, a bitter truth under the crescent moon sway. In the whisper of the desert, I'll find my way. In the heart of a silent desert, under a cobalt sky, there lies a moonlit graveyard where the forgotten cry. Whiskey bottles and dried roses lay scattered in the dust. Echoes of train whistles in the winds we used to trust. All are meant for the moonlit graveyard where shadows dance with the ghost of the bar beneath the curse of an old day.
far. A burning church on the hill, where we once heard hymns and lies. Now just a shell, hosting crows under smoke-choked skies. You whisper secrets in the dark, like venom, sweet and vile. Promised love near the old creek bed. Led me mile by mile. All I meant for the moonlit graveyard, where vows break like the ground hard underneath the silvered beam. Love's lost in this haunted dream. There by the headstone of our shared past, I stood with the night growing vast. The cold truth like a desert storm hit in this graveyard. Even ghosts admit. All I meant for the moonlit graveyard, where I bury the pain that's been scarred. With a gun and a rose, I write this ode. In moonlit silence alone I trode. Forgive me, love, as I lay you to rest in the heart of the land that knows no zest. So hear my tale, a ballad so grave of love and betrayal no one could save. Lament, oh lament for the moonlit graveyard, where even the brave are marked. Out where the dust whips the silence around, in a valley where the damned souls parade, stands an old town, just curses and shrouds, where even the brave seldom tread. Echoes of train whistles, sad midnight calls, whiskey bottles shattered by ghostly despair. Each crumbling wall, a story it balls, of love lost and lives claimed unfair. Dance, dance, the dead man's valley waltz, under moonlight with shadows you've crossed. Twirl with the memories and the desert frost. Dance, dance till you pay the final cost. Once loved a maiden with fire in her eyes. In this town my heart she did claim, but betrayal burns under cold starlit skies. She left the church burned in her name. I searched every canyon, called out in vain. Only echoes of my pleas came on back. The wind laughed, carrying her sweet scent again on the same dusty forsaken track. Dance, dance, the dead man's valley waltz, spin with spirits, the old tales retold. Twirl with the dust where your dreams were sold. Dance, dance, till the truth unfolds.
dead man's valley waltz with the ghost of my lost false heart. Twirl her around in the silence, we'll pause. Dance, dance in the cold under stars' applause. Let her go, let the past finally die, as the valley keeps our waltz alive. Dance, dance till the end justifies the pain, the love under wide open sky. In the town where shadows stretch, the sun paints all in black. An old saloon stands bent beneath a sky so densely packed. Dust swirls like the memories that haunt the streets at night. Whiskey bottles lay bearing tales of every desperate fight. Under the black sun, where our sins lie bare, echoes of gunshots hang stale in the air. Revenge, a dark whisper, drifts over the lands where love and betrayal slip right through my hands. She was the fire in a town so cold and spent. Her grace a church's bell that rang through my descent. But love had turned to ashes in a tale too oft retold. She left with a stranger, his pockets lined with my gold. Under the black sun, where vows break like bread, whispers of what was circle round my head. Her ghost in every shadow, her scent in the wind's wail, in the heart of the desert. My redemption trail. By the forgotten graves I knelt, swore to the stars above. The black sun won't set till I reclaim the lost love. But as the train whistles mourned, a truth did I confront. In the echoes of the burning church, I bore all the brunt. Under the black sun, I face my own demise. The land of silent deserts keeps no alibi. On this cursed ground, I lay my revenge to rest. Under the black sun, I confess, I confess. In the valley where the shadows mingle with the dirt, where the wind whispers stories of the hurt,
Ghost town spires under moonlit ballet. Dance over graves no crosses could stay. Whiskey bottles clink like a lonely train's call, echoing through the streets of a forgotten squall. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. The past is a shadow burning long and tall in this cursed land under the raven's call. She was the fire flickering in the sinful night, heart full of rapture, eyes wild with flight. But love turned to dust in a betrayer's embrace. Her silhouette haunts each for gods in place. A church once stood prideful and unswerved, now just charred wood, justice undeserved. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong. The past is a shadow burning long and tall in this cursed land under the raven's call. Underneath the stars I met my old foe, on the silent desert where the bitter winds blow. Words as sharp as a coyote's mournful cry, we drew our sins neath the judgmental sky. Here in the ashes alone I must stand, the gun still smoking in my trembling hand. Revenge or mercy, the line fades to gray. In the dust of the dawn I'll find my way. Here in the ashes I sing my cold song, where right bleeds into wrong.
Where the shadows twist and crawl, under a moon that's seen it all. The wind carries a tale tired and worn, of a love sworn true, then sworn forlorn. Whiskey bottles clink like bones engraved in this ghost town where the righteous came to save. Whispers in the revenge, haunting the silent airs. Echoes of a trust that was broken beyond repairs. Every star a story, every gust a sin confessed. In the heart of the desert, where vengeance never rests. There's a church on the hill, smoldering still, where hymns used to fill the dusty skies. A preacher man ran with the devil's plan, left nothing but the truth in a pack of lies. Through the ashes, under the soothing scorn, lay secrets between the lines of a love once born. Whispers in the revenge, stir the dust of fears. The night air's thick with the price of falling tears. Coyote howls a requiem for souls who won't find rest. In the heart of the desert, where vengeance confesses. At the crossroads, face to face with my own ghost, I reached into the silence where love mattered most.
these cursed lands under the fading light. My heart's laid bare, my sins I must amend. In the heart of the desert, I'll face my bitter
In a town where the shadows talk and the streets they mourn in dust, a whiskey bottle lies uncorked beside a badge now caked with rust. Old train whistles cut the silence on the bones of wooden frames. A burning church's last defiance as I recall those cursed names. Blood on the ghost town under a crimson sky. Lost souls are whispering as the vultures fly. This land remembers, oh, it never lies. Blood on the ghost town where my heartache lies. Carries tales of you, of a love that once burned so true, turned to betrayal under harvest moons. Your laughter now a ghostly tune. I found you cold in the desert's embrace, forgotten grave and no stone nor trace, only the echoes of your grace, driven to madness in this God-forsaken place. Blood on the ghost town under a weeping sky. Silent deserts hold the secrets of your life. This earth keeps score of the tears I cry. Blood on the ghost town where my old love died. At the edge of the broken road, I stood where the night was split. Your shadow in the moonlight showed a fleeting ghost I'll never forget. Revenge, a bitter path I tread, but justice finds its own in the end with each step. Towards you I'm led in the town that sin couldn't mend. Blood on the ghost town under a starless sky. Each step in the sand, a part of me dies. But I'll lay you down where the old crow flies. Blood on the ghost town and a gunslinger's goodbye. In the heart of the whispering sands, I walk where the stories are drowned. Ghost towns cradle the cursed lands, whiskey bottles lay scattered around. The sun bleeds red over scorched earth, the burning churches, their sins unforgiven. I'm a silhouette trailing the dirt, chasing echoes of the life I've been missing. Beneath the desert wind, secrets like coal. Underneath the starless clothes, dust to behold. I hear the train whistle like a ghost sing, calling me to avenge what's been stole.
once loved a girl as wild as a storm, in a town too parched for dreams. Betrayal came in a friend's form, left nothing but her scream. By an old forgotten grave we swore, but his bullet told me he lied. Now every dusk I'll wage this war, a shadow with nothing inside. Beneath the desert wind, pain cuts so cold. Through the silence of my wrath, stories retold. That train whistle mourns like a hymn for the love lost and the hearts turned cold. Beneath the desert wind, at the crossroads, dusters beneath my feet, face to face with the ghost from my past. Gun heavy with the truth I must grieve. Only one shadow will last. Beneath the desert wind, I find my fate in the heart of the land where the night berates. The train whistles fade like a whispering sin. Revenge or forgive, the hour grows late. Beneath the desert wind. In a dusty town where the sun bleeds red, whiskey bottles echo the tales of the dead. A lone train whistle splits the cursed night air. Shadows dance in the square, no one dares to stare. Oh, I struck a deal with the devil's fiery hand, exchanged my soul on this black and forsaken land. In the quiet of the ghost town, my sins whisper cold. Underneath that silver moon, my wicked story told. The forgotten grave, unmarked, lies out by the weeping willow. A lover's betrayal under the shadow of a church's burned steeple. I loved her as fierce as the desert winds roar, but the devil had plans. Now she's gone, her blood on this floor. Yes, I struck a deal with the devil's fiery hand, lost more than I gained on this dark forsaken land. In the hush of the ghost town, my regrets spin and twirl. Underneath that haunting moon, lost my sweet, sweet girl. At the crossroads stood eye to eye with my fate. The sky turned black, the earth began to quake. A reckoning wind, my past it did reveal. In the devil's eyes, the truth was my ordeal. So I struck a deal, paid with vengeance and pain. In this silent desert, only the ghosts now know my name. Let the devil take what's left. In this life I'm but a shell. In the dust of the cursed land I wait for the fires of hell. And the train cries low just like the wails of my doomed soul. In the night the whiskey whispers of a man who lost control.
In the shadow of a church where no prayers are said, burning embers light the stories, the living and the dead. A whisper on the wind from the lips of a ghost town side. He rides a dusty trail where even shadows dare not lie. For love he traded his wicked crown in a cursed land where hopes are drowned. Through the silent deserts beneath the blood-red moon, the devil's lost love, gone like a fleeting tune. A locket filled with yesteryears beneath the weeping willows. He once loved a mortal, pure as the driven snow. But whispers turn to shouting in the clapboard house they made. Now only whiskey bottles tell of the bargain that he paid. For love he faced the heaven's scorn. In the ghost of her embrace he's eternally forlorn. Underneath the stark and endless sky on that lonely dune, the devil's lost love vanished with the crescent moon. On the outskirts of redemption, he heard the train's sad song, echoing the heartache where all his dreams went wrong. In a mirror of the dust storm, his tears were like the rain, dancing with her memory. He'll never love again. With revenge he finds no solace, just a bitter taste. Resignation fills his longing in the endless ghostly waste. Through the silent deserts beneath the cursed monsoon, the devil's lost love, a tale etched beneath the swoon. Every line evolved the essence of a haunted desert ballad, weaving a dark and poignant story set against a backdrop of desolate landscapes and supernatural longing.
cuts the silence of the plains. My boots stir dust from the bones of forgotten names. A town with windows like the hollows of dead men's eyes. Echoes with stories of deceit and lovers' lives. Here in the shadows, the church stands charred and cold, marked by the fire of the bitter truths untold. Dusty boots and smoke, whispers on the wind, to dance with ghosts in boots, where my sins are pinned underneath the moon, where my soul got broke. All that's left is the tale of dusty boots and smoke. That old saloon door still swings with a haunting creak. Well, whiskey drowned my vows and her memory grew weak. She loved a drifter whose shadow outlasted his stay. Left me a locket and a curse I can't betray. One fateful night by the light of a blood-red moon, her secret bloomed in the dark, a love forsaken too soon. Dusty boots and smoke riding through my veins, haunted by the echo of her last refrains. In the heart of the storm where my dreams awoke, all I follow is the trail of dusty boots and smoke. Now I'm standing here where the old crossroads align. A bottle in my grip, fate's bitter design. Her whispers in the gusts, the sand stings my face. In the land of the cursed, I accept my disgrace. Dusty boots and smoke, my redemption's fee. In this wasteland of sorrow, only ghosts are free. Revenge or forgive, the past in flames I stoke, walking on just a man with his dusty boots and smoke.